Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about NIO, and today I'm going to be giving a price prediction about NIO. Where do I think NIO is headed by the end of the year? Where do I think NIO is going to be headed in the next 6 months? And where do I think that NIO is going to be headed in the next 2 to 5 years? So if you guys don't know what NIO actually does, guys, NIO is an EV company that's based out of China. They produce luxury EV cars, pretty similar to what Tesla does. Like I said, this one just happens to be based out of China. NIO's actually been getting a lot of heat recently. Last week, guys, in the trading session, it did not do so well. Down 21% of its value, which is kind of a lot. You know, a lot of people were expecting a pullback. The whole EV market itself has been rallying like crazy. But analyzing NIO's 5-year chart, guys, together, NIO, since its IPO, September 12, 2018, it is up 613%, which is absolutely incredible, guys. But looking at the 1-year chart, it is up 1,744%. That's just absolutely amazing to think that it's come this far in just 1 year, guys. At the beginning of the year, trading around $3 to $4. And year to date, guys, you know, it's been able to climb and it's been able to grow all the way bigger than General Motors. It just goes to show, you know, that a lot of people are super bullish about the whole EV industry in itself. But looking at the 3-month chart, up 149%, and the 1-month chart, guys, it is up 10%. I've said this time and time again that I do think that NIO stock is the biggest growth stock of 2020, and I still think that this stock is going to have the most upside potential in 2021. Obviously, by the end of the year, I am expecting at least a $60 price target from NIO. Although the last week it did not do so well, I do expect NIO to actually recover its losses fairly quickly. And the reason I believe that NIO is actually going to be doing very well in the coming months is just because based on everything that is going for NIO right now, guys, it goes to show that NIO is growing in the right direction. Yes, NIO did not do so well the last week. That's just probably due to the simple fact of the bill that was passed earlier in the week. Basically saying that if these companies or Chinese companies do not abide by auditing guidelines by the United States, then they're going to be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. I don't think that NIO is actually going to be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange, but even if it was, I would still invest in the company because NIO has so much going for it, guys, and there's a lot of big-time investors behind this company. Within recent news, guys, we did get NIO's November deliveries, and as expected, they delivered very well on those, beating its target by over 100%, which is basically over double. It goes to show, you know, that NIO's cars are in demand and people are buying and loving NIO's cars. On top of all that, we did get a big analyst upgrade from Goldman Sachs, guys. They were actually pretty bearish on the stock. They had the rating at a sell at $7. And they actually did a 666% analyst upgrade from $7 all the way up to $56. It goes to show, you know, that, you know, getting that big of an analyst upgrade goes to show that, you know, these big-time companies like Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank, and all these big-time companies do see the upside potential. Earlier in the month, guys, we did see NIO deliver their earnings, and they actually did very well in their earnings. As you guys know, you know, their losses are starting to decrease and their revenue is starting to increase every single time their earnings reports are coming out. Even by the next quarter, guys, NIO is expecting $960 million in revenue. So it goes to show that, you know, that the company is selling cars and it has a lot of big-time analysts behind its name. Even earlier in the month, guys, we did get a big analyst upgrade from JP Morgan from $14 all the way up to $40. So you have a lot of big-time investors invested in the stock who believe in the upside potential of NIO. But it's not only that, guys. NIO in itself as a company and the product that they're delivering is in want, and people love the product that they're making. As you guys know, Tesla has been making an appearance in China, expanding in China, which is probably going to be NIO's biggest competition since they both produce luxury EV cars. So Tesla has been making an appearance in China, but NIO is dropping 2 new sedans to compete with Tesla's Model 3. Goes to show that NIO is not going to bend over backwards just because Tesla is expanding in China. NIO is here to answer back, and NIO has been selling a lot more vehicles, and even having a lot of analysts saying that NIO is going to be a top EV company. NIO is going to be an iconic brand one day, and the technology that they offer in their cars is actually second to none. We do have NIO Day coming up at the beginning of the year, which is actually going to be a huge day for NIO, guys. Basically, NIO is going to be unveiling all sorts of cool products, what there actually is to be expected of the future, the new vehicles that they're going to be dropping and stuff like that. But it's not only that of why I am rating NIO's price target so high and why I actually think NIO is going to $100, $200, even $500, guys. I do think that NIO is going to be a $500 stock one day. But it's not just due to the simple fact of its analyst upgrades or that the fact that it's selling cars. I know that NIO is an EV company that sells luxury cars, so obviously they have to sell cars. But guys, the way that NIO is taking it and the way that NIO is being so innovative goes to show that NIO is going to be growing for a very long time. Not only are they beating their delivery estimates, not only are they getting analyst upgrades. In just 1 year alone, guys, the company went from nothing to being evaluated bigger than General Motors, a company that's been around for a very long time, selling a lot of cars. The fact that it's combating its competition with Tesla by dropping 2 new sedans. We do have NIO Day coming up at the beginning of the year. Like I said, it's going to be showing us all cool products and basically what is going to be expected from NIO in the next couple of years. But guys, aside from all that, NIO is also working on a bigger and better battery, which has probably been the biggest complaint as far as it comes to the EV industry in itself. A lot of people complain that, these luxury EV cars or these EV cars in general do not have enough battery charge, right? The main complaint is people always have to stop and charge them. The fact that NIO is working on a bigger and better battery that gets more mileage range goes to show that NIO is trying to listen to the people and what they want. And it's also super innovative as well. On top of all that, guys, they're also working on a self-driving chip, basically having these cars being able to drive themselves, which does dive in a little bit into what NIO's trying to do in China as far as the robo-taxis go. It's basically taxis that drive on their own, guys. This is just absolutely going to be huge, and it's actually going to be game-changing for the whole EV industry itself. But NIO having all these things going for it goes to show that this company is going to be growing for a very long time. And the fact that it's been able to expand this much, to basically go from nothing all the way bigger than General Motors in the midst of a pandemic where a lot of companies are not doing well, a lot of companies are struggling, and there was a lot of companies that went bankrupt. But not NIO, guys. NIO has consistently delivered. NIO has consistently met its target, and it continues to grow more and more every single day. The EV market is starting to mature, and the EV market in itself, there's just more demand for it now. People want to see what the EV market in itself can do, but it's just not with NIO, guys. It's the whole EV market in itself. A lot of people are relying on battery power in itself to take us into the next decade. It's cheaper, it's better, the features are more there, and the fact that it's able to save customers and people and companies so much money on cost of maintenance and gas and stuff like that. That's why so many people are gobbling up all these cars. And this is why I've set a price target so high for NIO, because if NIO is trying to follow into the footsteps of Tesla, then NIO is only going to be expanding so much. And then soon enough, it's going to be diving into different industries, guys. It's going to be start diving into like electric trucks, maybe even electric vans. You never know the trajectory that NIO is going to be headed, but I can tell you so much that NIO is not just going to stay producing luxury EV cars. But guys, on top of all that, NIO based out of China, already expanding to Europe, soon enough going to be expanding to the United States. When you take a look at all the factual evidence surrounding NIO stock and NIO as a company, the guidance by the CEO and the guidance of basically all the analysts, and you have all these big time investors who are backing up the stock, NIO is honestly too big to fail. Yes, next week I do expect quite a bit of a rally from NIO stock. Obviously, I do think people should buy NIO stock at $42.80. Obviously, everything I say in my videos, guys, is just my personal opinion. It's not financial advice. You guys do not have to listen to what I say. But for me, the upside potential I do see from NIO stock, and I look at this price tag at $42.80, I just feel that the company is severely undervalued for what they're going to be offering in the long term and the amount of growth that NIO is actually going to be sustaining. This is why I do think that NIO stock is going to be hitting $60 to $75 by the end of the year. It is a long shot, and I understand that, but I can no doubt guarantee that this stock is probably going to be hitting $100 by or in 2021. I don't think it'll hit $100 by the end of the year, but I can say for a certain fact that I do think NIO stock is going to hit $100 into 2021. And guys, even in 5-10 years from now, I do see this stock being a lot more expensive. I could see the stock being $400, $500, $600 because the company is growing very, very quickly. And the fact that this company has only been around for 4 years, the fact that this company IPO'd 2 years ago, and it's been able to bring its evaluation up so much, proof to the people that people love their cars and earn the investment of all these investors. Guys, $42.80 is absolutely nothing. I think people should buy the dip on NIO stock because the long-term potential growth is there. Even if the company were to get delisted, which I don't think it will, but even if it were, I would still tell people to buy NIO stock at $42.80. This is the dip that a lot of people have been waiting for. I hope everyone is taking advantage of that, and I hope people actually did buy the dip on NIO stock because, guys, the long-term potential and growth for this company does not stop here at $42.80. I want $100, I want $200, $300, maybe even $500, and if it continues the amount of growth that NIO's actually been sustaining, as soon as NIO actually becomes a profitable company, which is pretty soon if they're already expecting $960 million in revenue, which is a big counter argument for a lot of investors. They say the company is not really that profitable. But guys, it does take time. If you guys take a look at Tesla's story, founded back in 2003, did not see a lot of success at first, guys, but 15 years later, it made Elon Musk the second richest man in the world. And the fact that he was able to grow a small company basically into an empire goes to show that, that NIO is probably going to be following the footsteps, and it probably does not have to work hard because, guys, now the demand is there for the EV market. The demand is there for NIO, and people love NIO stock, guys. Buy NIO stock. It is worth the investment, guys. You will not regret it. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of NIO stock. Do you think NIO stock is worth $42.80? Did you guys buy the dip on NIO stock? If you guys own NIO stock, what's your average and how many shares do you guys own of the company? With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.